So we're back.
We're back with
All my friends are fucked.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Cool.
With Tarryn.
And Nicky G.
Yes. And Jon.
That's me.
How do we describe you? Like, okay, because you are in a band called Northbound, but are you Northbound? Like, how do we say that?
You would
Who
say
are you?
you would say that I do a music. I do a project called Northbound. I'm an artist. I put out music under the name Northbound, but it's me. I am Northbound.
But is Northbound a band? Would you be like
Kind
the
of.
band Northbound?
There's kind of a revolving door of other people who I play with, and sometimes they're the same people for years, and sometimes they're different.
And
Yes.
you're writing the music and you're writing the lyrics. And then when you perform, that's when you bring other musicians in to play.
Yeah, I mean, on the records, I will usually have someone play drums. So I bring in my friend Sebastian, who's played on my last couple records, to play drums. And then my friend Andy, who's been involved for a while, he does some lead guitar and all that. But for the most part, these are songs that I make like on my floor with an acoustic guitar alone.
Crying.
Crying.
Crying with books around me.
Yeah.
Notebooks, books I'm reading.
Yeah, exactly. Many books of all kinds.
So wait, are you writing the lyrics first and then finding music for it? Or are you writing music and then...
Not to be like quasi-spiritual about it, but it happens at the same time mostly.
Really?
And it's not really a conscious
Okay.
thing. Sometimes like a line will come up in my head, or I'll hear someone say something and then I'll be like, okay, I need to write that down because that like sparked some kind of idea. But mostly it happens at the same time.
I love that. Like the way your brain works is so impressive and cool and unique. When I read, sometimes I think of you because things sound very poetic and you're a very poetic writer, and I really admire that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was
I start blushing.
So this is
sweet.
Jon of Northbound.
You guys have known each other a lot longer than Jon, I've known you.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet? Like, what's the origin story?
The origin story is I was seeing a random guy. And
Wait, what? Wait, what?
This guy fucking lies on the podcast.
We do make shit up on the podcast.
Yeah,
I
like
understand.
I was going out with Sam at the time.
Yep.
Sam and I were at a bar, and he had mentioned in the background, my friend John's in town. He's going to be coming in town for my birthday.
September 11th.
September 11th. Never forget.
And my birthday is the 10th.
Yes.
So I was coming to town
Always
for
remember.
Always remember.
remember.
I was coming into town to celebrate our birthdays together
That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
because he was trying to convince me to move to LA at the time.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. But it wasn't until you met me then you were like, okay.
Then
mean,
I was
that's
like, I
it.
have to move
Yeah.
there.
So Sam and I were at a bar, and I had known you were coming in town. He didn't really tell me much. It was just Jon. And we were at the bar. I don't know. We were eating food, or he was eating food. I was like, oh, I need more napkins. Like, and I said something randomly. I was like, Jews love napkins. And he's like, what? They do? He's like, oh, Jon's Jewish. I said, bet. I said, text your friend right now and ask if he likes napkins. I think he texted you, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was crying laughing because in my car at all times in the glove compartment, I have about 700 stolen napkins.
Yeah.
Is the
Always
key
in the
word
glove
there
box.
stolen? Like, I don't understand.
Well, if it's
Stolen,
free,
like,
it's better.
From
There it
restaurants
is.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are going to give me a little bit more. Why did Jewish people love napkins?
You just always need
It's
one.
just Jewish.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's certain things like when you're Jewish that you just kind of know. Like, I don't even know if I've ever really heard anyone say, oh, Jews love napkins. But when I received that text, I was like, so true. You know
Got
what I
it.
mean? It's
Okay.
one of those things. Or like the same thing with like the air conditioning conversation that happened before we started recording, where Nicole was like, oh, just put it down by 1. And she's like very Jewish. And I'm like, that's incredibly Jewish. Like, I don't think about that all the time, but it is so Jewish. And I think
Yeah.
about my father, like, you know, screaming at my mother that he's cold and to turn the air up. And she's like trying to put it down. And he's like, you make it too cold. And, you know, it's just like Jewish. Like,
It's same with the napkins. It's like it's spilled. Oh, like you have schmutz on you. Like get it off, and like to
Yeah.
always be prepared with
Yeah.
it.
yeah, Jews are always like preening each other as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, so that happened. So John confirmed.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
You love this guy already.
Yeah, I was like, he's family. And so then I actually don't remember. It was a comedy?
It was the Comedy
It
Store.
was the Comedy Store. It was the first time we saw each other.
Yeah.
And met.
Was it love at first sight?
Yeah.
Yes, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm
an
dead.
insane thing to say. But no, I mean, I've told Nicole this, but I was just like, I either just met like my full-on like sister or soulmate. I can't tell which one.
I think it just felt like very spiritually like safe.
Spiritually safe is
I know,
awesome.
spiritually
That
safe sounds
is.
like a little too like it. I don't know. It doesn't have to be labeled as anything, but there's just this like charge of excitement.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
just,
almost like your souls are connected in a way.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
connection
Yeah.
for sure. Like I was just like, oh, this is like just someone that I immediately like am being 100% authentic with.
Yeah.
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 Like this is what the importance of friendship is too. Like
Yeah.
even though all our
100%.
friends are fucked, it's like it's cute.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I spend every holiday. This is where I met you at
Mhm.
one of the holiday
Yeah.
parties. I spend every holiday with Sam and Nicole, and
Yeah.
I straight up every time I leave, I'm like, this is like my actual like blood in
Yeah.
Los Angeles. This is what it feels like
Yeah.
because I don't have any family here, so it's like, yeah, it really is like a special family kind of.
Let's talk about that too. So
Thing.
where did you move from?
I moved from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where specifically?
So I was born in Coral Springs, Florida, which is like a kind of distant suburb of Fort Lauderdale. It's kind of near-ish Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And then when I was like 8 or 9, my family moved to Boca Raton, the retirement capital of the world. So
That's
I moved from Boca Raton, Florida.
And that's where you started making music.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Sam was the one who was like, get out to LA. And then you meet Nicky and you're like, now I have to.
Yeah. That's
Well, it's funny because Sam and I made our first. Sam and I have done 2 albums together, and the first one we did, I actually went to Toronto to record it.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was in Toronto when he was living in Toronto. When it came time to do another record, it was like, just no doubt I'm going to Sam. Because like the way I feel with Nicole is very similar to the way I feel with Sam,
Mhm.
where it's just like, this is a person who gets me artistically, who gets me on like a human level. So it's like, a lot of times when I work with Sam, it's like we have the same idea and we both say it at the same time.
Yeah.
Or he'll say something, be like, and I'll be like, oh, I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
You know, so we did the second record in Miami. Actually, we rented like an Airbnb. Sam was like about to move to LA. And then we did this album in Miami. And that's where he started planting the seeds of me coming to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel now that you're in LA? Because you've been here over a year.
2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys have known each
La-
other that long?
Over 2 years,
Over
yeah.
2 years.
I remember Nicole being like, you've got to meet my friend Jon. Because I remember the first time I met you, and this is mortifying, I looked at you and said, I've heard a lot about you. And that's all I said. I was like, we didn't even talk the first time
Yeah,
at
you didn't say
Thanksgiving.
much.
Nope, but
Thanksgiving was the first time you guys met.
it was the first time we
I
met.
believe so, yeah.
And he's like, hi, I'm Jon. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've heard a lot about you. But then didn't continue to talk to you at all for the entire party.
That's all right.
That's funny.
Okay.
And you left. You just left that party
And then I
unannounced.
go, I always
She
go.
literally left
Yeah.
unannounced.
Well, that's my thing.
Irish
I
goodbye.
like a good Irish goodbye. I can't say goodbye to people.
Yeah.
They'll remember me.
What's that about?
I just don't
Let's
want
unpack that.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't with your apartment.
Yeah.
It's like, it's too horizontal. There's like 3 chunks
So
happening
horizontal.
at
So
once. Yeah,
I
right?
know it's so long. It's like it's very
can't.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't
very
like
San
it.
Francisco style type of
I
apartment
don't like it.
where it's long and skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I like visualize your apartment in like 3 chunks. If I've already moved out of the first 2, I'm not going back.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So your first impression was like I heard a lot about you.
Yes, because
Okay.
I remember being in New York. Maybe it was after we, whatever. I just remember being in New York because I went onto your Instagram and I remember looking at your Instagram,
That's insane.
which is crazy, but we all fucking do it. It's just
Yeah,
weird to say it
obviously.
now, right? So that's why when I met you, I felt like I knew you because I stalked you. And then the
Mhm.
words that came out of my mouth, instead of like, hey, nice to meet you, we're like, hey, we're old friends. In my head. Like,
No,
I
that's
know
nice
you.
though.
Yeah.
The second time that we met, I think it was the Christmas party
Yeah.
with Peace and Love to Stacy. She says hilarious things sometimes, like with zero filter.
Yeah.
And like I was sitting at the table with Stacey and Tarryn and I just kept making eye contact.
Oh, yeah.
Like
we were like communicating with each other with Stacey just going off.
Stacey was going wild. And I love that.
Was she psycho?
Oh, she was psycho.
She's being a little psycho.
But in the best way.
But yeah, it was conversations like that. And that's when I felt like a connection.
Yes.
With
That's
you, where I was
definitely the first time we connected,
I was
for
like,
sure.
okay, like we kind of get each other here. Yeah.
I think it's cool because for me and Nikki, like you guys are like music friends. Like I don't know anyone that is doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Where it's like everyone I know is doing what I'm doing. And maybe doing it on a higher level even. So it's just like, it's all like relative. But you guys are normies. Like you guys are civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not
in the music world.
Yeah, you're not in the music.
I think that's why I was really excited to like meet you and your group of friends though, is that like that's the genre of music that I listen to, I grew up with. So like when you were like, oh yeah, listen to my songs, it was more than just like, okay, I'm going to listen to it because I know you now, and more like, this is fucking good. Like I think I like DM'd you and I was like, why is it? This is so, like, I would listen to this regardless. Like, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the style is good. And like, your lyrics are really good. There's a lot of like, it's crazy too. Cause like, I think a lot of times when we consume content, we really don't know the person that it's coming from, right? We're kind of like internalizing it and connecting it with our own experience, which I did when I listened to your music anyway. But there was also this like added layer of like, I know Jon and that's cool.
No,
you know?
I know exactly what you mean. Like I even feel that way about like your guys' podcast because I'm like, oh, these are two people that I know.
Yeah.
And like seeing the videos and like listening to it while I'm just like building IKEA furniture at my house. Like there's like this thing where you kind of feel like, I don't know, it's like you're seeing someone you know in like a different light.
Yeah.
And like you're experiencing a version of someone that is not the same exact version that you know when you sit in a room with them, but it's still them. I know what you mean. And like a lot of my friends in bands, like I feel that way about too. Like Matt is literally like one of my best friends and literally like in one of my favorite bands ever. So it's like, it's just like, it's extra cool to listen to the band because I love the guy. And it's extra cool to love the guy because I listen to the band.
Yeah. There's something special about that for sure.
I think that's what's so cool about Los Angeles in general too, is that honestly, most of us, even if you're a normie and you're not in a creative space, like with your work, like we are all usually creating something. We're all here to collaborate and to create. And so you're meeting people on like a daily basis that are like making cool shit. Yeah. And it's like, and then a lot of people find success when they're out here. I don't know what it is, like the vibe of, or like the energy of LA or whatever, but I don't know.
I think when you come out here to meet people with intention of trying to just see where you can land or who you can meet or connect with, I think that makes it really special.
Yeah.
Totally.
So what are some of your goals for like the future of your music or anything? Like what's next?
I don't know. I'm just trying to like survive right now. I feel like I've been in a bit of survival mode ever since I like moved. As I get older, my goals with music change. At this point, the dream of like being a famous rocker like don't go away, but really like at 31 years old, I just want to be able to like have the kind of life that I want. And like, I don't need a lot. Like I've never been financially motivated in my life. Like when people are like super money focused, it's like a trait that I really admire because I don't have that. I don't have like a business brain. I'm so like type B artist person. So like, I don't know, my goal right now is just to like be happy, have fulfilling relationships, and like make enough money to like live comfortably and like maybe support like a family one day.
Yeah. Those are great goals.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I mean, like that's like such a strikingly earnest response. But like, yeah, I'd love to be in like a fucking huge rock band. Like, I'd love to like, I'd love to like tour more, and travel and all that. Like, I've been really lucky that I've seen like a lot of the country and like a good amount of the world just like through playing music. So I'd like to do that more. Yeah. But I'd like to do it in a way where it's not like financially crippling.
Is touring financially crippling?
Oh, yeah.
Because it seems so It's like so romanticized. Like it's such a cool experience.
And it is, but it's also really challenging.
Yeah.
And like financially, it's fucked up. I don't know. I mean, I come from like DIY touring. So I put in like 8 years of like booking my own tours and grinding it out and being in a van and all that. And I've done, in my entire career, I've done one tour on a bus. And we shared the bus with State Champs. That's the only reason.
You toured with State Champs?
A few times.
Oh, that's cool.
That's just because they're like...
Did you listen to them before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they're just like some of my best friends, and like they believe in me. So they've taken me out a few times, which is really cool. It's a bit of like nepotism there.
But you're also very good. So it makes sense.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I don't know. It's like the market decides, you know what I mean? It's like I can be really good. And like in this room, maybe I'm really good. But it's like, am I like it's just how it goes. Like I have no idea what people want.
Yeah.
As like a listener. But like what I was even saying about like doing the tour on the bus, like that was like the most rock star shit I've ever done. Like we were in Europe. We were like sharing a bus with Champs, and that tour financially crippled me for years. Like,
really?
To where at the end of the tour, we got the bill for the bus and I owed State Champs so much money. And this is why these are my big brothers and my best friends. They paid my share of the bus. And then I literally made payments to them for like 3 years.
Wow.
That's really
Like
sweet.
I would go on a tour and let's say the tour net $5,000. $5,000 was going, like, you know what I mean? Like,
like, was going to them.
Like I was just making $0 for years after touring on a bus, you know? So I think just our bus bill, I think we owed like 15,000 pounds or something. I mean, like it was fucking insane.
That
like,
is crazy.
A lot of money. And then we had like a massive merch bill. Our manager at the time, like I didn't know what kind of numbers we would do on merch. And like typically it's like, okay, the last time you played in this town, you did X amount of dollars on merch. So let's order enough merch to do that much. You know what I mean? It's like a whole calculation. But we had never been to Europe and the UK, and we were the opening band. So it's like, we don't know how much we're going to sell.
Yeah.
So we over purchased a ton of merch. It got to the point where I was like giving the shirts away, like on my website. Years later, because I had so much stock.
Wow.
So like the merch was really expensive. So it's just like, I don't know, like you could do a tour like that and it could put you $30,000 in the hole.
It makes sense that you can hemorrhage money from that because of just the logistics of it.
Especially when you have a crew and a bus and like everyone has to like get paid fairly. And so, yeah, I mean.
So then what's the point of tour if you're not making money? Is it exposure?
Yeah. It's especially for like a band like mine where it's like we're the small fish on the tour. So it's like, yeah, it's just playing in front of new people. And I would like when we were on that tour, I saw our numbers like on every single measurable metric, like Spotify numbers, Apple numbers, like followers, like everything like about the band numbers wise, like tripled. Like it broke us out into a new like tier.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing that consistently, it's really hard to pop or like punch up into the next bracket. So it's like, I don't know, I haven't toured in like a couple years now. So it's just like, it's a weird thing.
It's really interesting.
It's a music business.
Yeah.
You really have to do a lot on your own.
Yeah.
Like you have to be very motivated to be like, I'm booking this stuff. I'm getting out there while you're also being creative and like making your own music.
It's insane. I'm not trying to be like a pick me, but it's like the only job in the world where you make $0 and you work harder and longer than anyone you know.
For sure.
And you're putting yourself out there in a way where you can just get like rejected constantly.
Yeah. It is constant rejection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even like when I sit here and I hear you guys like gas me up, there's a certain wall I have to it where I'm just like, yeah, like, thank you. But also like,
but are you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm kind of like numb to it, you know, not to make it like dark, but it's just like,
no, that makes total sense.
It's fucked.
That makes total sense because you can recognize someone's talents and everything, but if it's not, if the artist isn't in a place where it's getting more wide recognition, it's really hard to feel connected necessarily
or believe it.
Or
Like the one thing about me is I believe it, like about myself. Like I have like an almost delusional sense of confidence about my ability to make music.
Yeah.
Which I haven't always had, but I think something about turning 30, like I'm just like, I know that I'm good at this and you guys are fucking stupid if you can't see it. Like,
I think
that's my
healthy,
actual
That's
my actual belief.
I think so. I think there's like a healthy level of delusion. And I think for anything you want to do and if you want to put yourself out in the world, like you have to actually have some delusion of I am good. And that's not even delusion. I think it's really just confidence.
Yeah, I think so.
No, actually, I can step into myself and really like myself and really like what I have to offer.
Yeah.
And
It's like with the podcast too. It's like you guys have something unique to say and a unique perspective to share. So it's like you're doing this thing. You know how many people like say they're going to do this thing and then don't do it?
all the time.
Everyone you've ever met does that. So
sure.
it's like there is like a confidence or a delusion that like you must have to put yourself out there in any way.
And you have to fail when you're creating anything. Like you have to just like do it. And just like when we're constantly learning, we're constantly like listening to ourselves back on this podcast and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it's hard. And you have to be okay exposing yourself to people and be open to people tearing you apart and saying like, this is what I think would make it better, or this is my thought on that, and just be open to that. And yeah, it's hard. I get why so many people would close themselves off to it or just throw in the towel after some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's vulnerable.
It's super vulnerable.
But it feels good to like release something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of
Like
course.
to put yourself out there, especially probably with your music where it's like, that's your heart. Like you felt what you're writing and then you're putting it out there. Like just that feeling of like releasing it and then taking a step back is like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
You know?
It is. I like panic every time I release something. And then I feel amazing and then I panic and then I feel amazing. And then like a couple days go by and I'm just like, all right, it's time to make the next thing.
Yeah.
I think I would too. I think I could imagine releasing something and then like wanting to like hide. But like I don't know what I'm trying to like hide under, like my spiritual blanket.
Yeah. No,
It's
like moving to LA was like the first time I ever had like a release party or like a real proper release show or like where I was like literally the day my album came out, I was drunk as fuck at Zebulon with everyone that I love. And I felt like I could not hide. But then the next day I was like hiding, you know, like I just like don't leave the apartment and I'm just like constantly refreshing. And I'm like, I go through a whole thing. I have to shut my notifications off because like, even if it's good feedback, I'll become overwhelmed and pissed off by like how many people are contacting me. I'm like very, I have a very like push-pull relationship with being an artist where I'm like, if I'm not getting the recognition that I feel I deserve, I'm pissed. But if I'm getting a lot of recognition, I'm like, please leave me alone.
I totally understand.
It's kind of like being in a relationship or something. It's like this codependent shit.
I was going to say, it reminds me of like attachment stuff, like where it's like, I feel so overwhelmed that I'm like, all right.
I'm shutting down. Yeah.
Yes. But then if I don't have it, it's so uncomfortable. And so, yeah, it is like, it flirts with the codependency attachment.
Yeah. It's very
issues.
Yeah.
I get that.
And I'm sure that's where like you can't stop doing it. Like it feels
it's an addiction in itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm an addict.
Yeah, I am too.
In many ways.
I totally understand.
What's the word that they use like in the program when it's like you're multi-addict or a poly-addict?
I know. I forgot like what
poly-addict.
Like a polyglot, but for addiction.
Yeah, because so many
Sounds
are
like a
in
Pokemon.
multiple of the A's.
Yeah.
Crossing over.
Comorbid addictions.
Yeah,
What's that?
What kind of is comorbidity. Well, it's usually like when you're explaining like, oh, someone has substance use and like bipolar or major depressive. It's like there's co-occurring disorders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, multiple addictions. We both have.
Yeah.
You guys sound so fun. Like inside your head must be great.
No. Sometimes.
No, but that's part of the whole like allure. I think that's part of like I think it's like intriguing or something because I get that. Like I see that with Nicole where I'm like, how do you work? I want to like get in there and understand. But it's actually
to take apart your brain.
Maybe we're unpacking something right now.
We can.
But when I moved here, I thought we were going to hang out so much more than we do.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm not going to invite Nicole because I don't think she's going to come.
I think my alcohol consumption really changed.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of, I had difficulty with that and realizing like, I can't stop myself when I go out. It's really hard.
I can relate to that.
And I still struggle with that because I just want to say fuck it and rage all the time. It's hard to not. Like even going out to a restaurant with Sam, I remember when we were maybe going to record or like now that I've been running, like we were out on a Saturday night and I was like, oh, I just wanted like a martini with dinner. And I didn't have one, but the whole time we were eating, I was just like, I just want to drink. 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 And like to know like, oh, if I drink, I can't run. And like that balance has been really hard, and recognizing that, and also just admitting like I have a really big problem. And that's I think that really like changed when it comes to like going out. And still like at New Year's I was like, I can only have one drink. Like that's what I will limit myself to, but it's not enough and I struggle. I don't know. I'm sure there's other things we can unpack.
Maybe there needs to be a shift here with like doing friend things that don't involve alcohol. I think in LA it's hard because it's like you want to go to the bars, you want to go out, you go to eat, and eating with drinks is fun. But there's got to be like activities that groups of friends can do, especially when you hit your 30s and you're just like, fuck, I don't want to rage anymore. Like,
but I always want to rage, but I can't. I really relate to what you just said.
I always want to. Like the fantasy that I have all the time when it comes to going out is like insane. Like what I really
like
want
hooking
to
up
do,
with people.
It's not even that it's hooking up with people. It's being fully like hedonic.
Yeah.
And not giving a fuck. Like,
being free. It's a freeness.
Free.
Yeah.
And like it gets me away from anxiety. It's the only thing that works aside from a benzodiazepine that gets me out of
this is where we are family.
It is the only thing where I'm like, I don't care. But there's a dark side to that, because then I've like can definitely have a whole fucking filibuster of my anger.
Oh yeah. I've never seen this part of you that you do talk about, this like angry, destructive.
Most of my romantic partners have witnessed it.
I've heard through the grapevine.
Yeah.
But as your friend, I've never seen that side of you.
Yeah. You probably heard it from my ex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from you.
Yeah. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, I'm Nicole.
Who isn't though, sadly.
Yeah, I think alcohol is just not my drug of choice, but I love alcohol. And I will drink alcoholically when I drink, but it's not my drug of choice. My drug of choice is like food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been my problem.
Yeah.
Which is why the Ozempic is like life changer.
Yeah.
For sure.
How long have you been on it?
Like 2.5 months.
Oh, not even that long.
Lost over 30 pounds.
It's amazing.
Dude, that's
literally not even trying.
amazing.
This is the first time in my life I feel like I have control over food. I've never, ever once in my life had control over my eating. The way that someone the way that an alcoholic drinks is how I eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's just like eating when I don't want to, eating in the face of consequences, eating as a way to supplement like my feelings, connections, eating as a way to hide, eat like all of that stuff. So like now that it's like I physically will get ill if I eat too much, you know, and I know it's not me, it's this medication that's like giving me the control over it, but it's like freed up my life in such a huge way to have control over my food. And like, even just like the fact that I can like share my food with my friends. Yeah. Because I used to get like really triggered when people would take things off my plate. The other day I was like at a diner with Liv, and she was like eating chips off my plate. And I was like so happy to push my plate towards her and be like, you can have the rest.
Yeah.
Because I've never been able to do that, because it's like, even if I didn't want to finish them, I would finish them. Right. Compulsively. So it's like, I don't know. It's just like really fucking amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself like when you're in hard times or anything like that, like leaning into something else? Or do you feel okay? Yeah.
No, I got other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly like people. I'm only human, and I want to be loved, and I want to be held, and I want to feel safe. So it's like, you know, everyone has their ways of like getting that feeling.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But I am learning as I get older, like how to give that to myself also, which is like incredible. It's really nice when another person can give it to you, but like knowing that I can give it to myself also is like really powerful.
Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah.
It's tough.
It's a tough journey, but it's really cool that you're on that and
I'm trying.
Figuring it out. Like the food noise being down.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's
I don't think about food at all until I feel physical hunger. It's insane to stop eating when you're full. Never knew that was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally like an alcoholic, like.
Yeah, it's like OCD, like how you've not experienced like obsessing over something.
Well,
no.
I mean, I spiral sometimes, and if I don't have answers, that's the thing. If I'm not being communicated with or I don't have answers, I will like obsess until I get an answer. But once something's figured out, no, I don't. I'm done.
Yeah.
I just need I need full picture, and then I'm good. I'm not like obsessively thinking about things the way that you described, like OCD.
Which I know is different than like the food noise we were talking about, but it's just
No, but it's a similar thing.
Yeah, it gets it's like compulsive. It's on like
compulsive
and
cyclical, like like just doing things when you don't want to do them because you feel like you have to. It is very hand in hand with like OCD, I think, actually.
Do they find that Ozempic is also helping other forms of addiction? Like alcoholism, maybe cigarettes. I don't know.
My desire to drink is much lower.
Much
lower. And also it's just like a volume thing, like in just like on New Year's, like I was so sick after that because like I ignored every sign that my body was telling me to stop, which one of those signs was just being full.
Okay,
like, I got a venti iced coffee from Starbucks yesterday and I couldn't finish it. Like, because like you just get full quickly. So like when you are drinking, it's like if you drink like 2 beers, I'm like, oh, like
You're
I
done.
can't have it anymore. That's why I gotta I just go liquor. I just pound it
when
I do drink since being on Ozempic.
It's kind of like, it's weird. It's going to be used, I think, in the future for off-label stuff, like kind of how Wellbutrin can help with smoking and like can help. Some people with alcohol, or like naltrexone helps with alcohol consumption and nicotine consumption, even though it's for opiates. It's wild, and it can help with people who have long COVID and energy levels. So
wow,
it's pretty insane. It's a good thing until we like are told that it's like ruining some other part of our brain or body. I will continue taking it.
That's the thing. If it's making your life better, why not?
The quality of life, like the risk and quality of life.
Yeah, I did prepare 10 words or less for how I'm fucked, though. It almost reads poetic, though.
I love that.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Okay. Not that I get obsessed. Okay. Tell us how you're fucked.
I wrote it down. Okay, so they're in like couplets. So it's 2 words, 2 words, 2 words. Delusional confidence, codependent tendencies, contradictory feelings, zero moderation, poor musician. That's
so
how I'm fucked
good.
in 10 words.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That
was beautiful.
Yeah, it kind of read poetically.
Yeah. You can now turn that into a song or something.
Probably. I mean, all my songs are already about all of those things.
Yeah.
Just having no money, making no sense.
Yeah. Being in the valley. Yeah.
You're a valley girl now?
I'm total valley girl.
Yeah.
I'm sold. Hate leaving the valley. Feel unsafe when I leave the valley.
I know.
It's a good life up here.
Chaotic. There's no parking.
True.
I got parking at my building. That's all I care about.
Well, outside of the valley, there's no parking.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I just love your apartment. And I love going, like, to get to your apartment, we have to go through an alley. And there's just something about that that's also like...
It's kind of dodgy in like a way that is maybe artful to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're with your friends. There's like the overhead lights. You're going through the gate. The sound is like chain link fence every time we go through that door.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
I don't pay attention to any of that, but it's cool to come over.
I still have your step ladder. Also, I should have brought that.
All right. Should we pull one of these cards?
Sure.
Should we?
I'll pull it.
Okay.
Is this 3?
Are we just going to 3?
Yeah.
Who cares about 1 and 2? We already did 1 and 2 without asking the questions.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross. I hate this one.
I know this game makes Tarryn nervous, but she's also like, now I'm obsessed with it.
These don't make any sense.
Did you have this before we played it at my place the other day?
I've had this for a really long time because I've used it with clients and stuff as well.
I was so scared of playing this game.
Why?
I keep getting wild cards. I can't be vulnerable, I guess.
She's scared of intimacy and vulnerability.
Oh, me too, but not
physical
emotionally.
Intimacy I like. It's just like the emotional
I'm
one.
the other way around.
I know, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Because you were like, a lot of people lean on you for emotional. And I was like, I won't do that because I'll never open up. Okay. So I can ask the room.
Yeah.
God,
sure.
I'm not going to be able to handle the answers.
Do it.
Okay. What do you think I should know about myself that perhaps I'm unaware of? Should I pick a different one?
I don't know you well enough, actually, to give you... Just kidding.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I feel like you might not.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I've hung out with you like 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay, what's something you know about her that you think she could unpack more?
Oh, God.
Or she could, if there's something that you see.
You seem like you're very like full bucket. Like you're like, I'm not drinking for a year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm riding my bike across the United States.
I did do that.
But I don't think those are bad things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess I have a curiosity about like, what is that about?
Yeah, I do. I full ass everything.
Yeah, you're quite committal. Like
I'm
you
not
actually
casual.
yeah.
At all.
You seem very non-afraid of commitment, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But that's not something I think you should know about yourself. I think you probably already know that about yourself.
I do. Yeah.
It's just
I
one of
go
the
very
only,
big.
it's something that I find like intriguing.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is definitely something about me. I don't think I've ever half-assed anything,
Mhm.
like, or casually go into anything. I'm very much like, if I want to do something, I'll do it.
Mhm.
Except for not drink for the year. That was very out of character
That
for
does
me.
seem I don't even know you that well. It seems very out of
It was
character.
incredibly out of character. But I think there was something freeing and fun about, because I was literally in bed when you guys like invited me out. And there was some moment there where I was like, Tarryn would just be in bed and be like, don't fucking text me at 11:30. Like, I'm in bed. But I was like so intrigued by doing something kind of against the grain that I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go out. And if I drink, I drink.
I think that's cool. Like, I think it's cool to be like, let me do the opposite of my instincts right now. Like, I think that's cool.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely felt a thrill of like, I'm just going to fucking do something that I wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, I make commitments with myself that definitely I can't let myself down. And so to let myself down and not feel bad about it was definitely like, that felt good.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like the compassion for self.
Yeah. That's actually a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Your
Sorry, I
turn.
don't have a good question or answer to that.
That was great.
Okay.
This is so funny. Okay, so why do you think we met? So I guess, why do you think we met?
Literally, like the literal answer
You can
would
give
be because we were both morning people. And I'm pretty sure your ex at the time wanted you to have a friend to like work out with in the morning because she hates the morning.
Yeah.
Isn't that like
that
how?
was her motivating?
Yes.
Yeah. She was like, you're not working out.
Yeah, I think that literally. But I think like in the grand scheme of things, I feel very connected to you. I feel very safe with you. And I feel like we're very serious in this room kind of, but like when we're out and we're just like fucking around, I have like so much fun with you. And so I just feel like you're like a friend that is supposed to be in my life.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
That was actually pretty vulnerable.
I know. That was really
say all that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's true. It's really true.
Oh,
You're a really unique person.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't
I'm
get
sweating.
quiet. You're making me uncomfortable.
I feel kind of sad.
All right. John, your turn.
Why do you think we met?
I think that we met to see each other. Like literally, like I feel like I don't even really have to say much. You know what I'm getting at. And I feel a similar thing. So I think there's like a lot of value in just like feeling seen and heard.
Yeah.
At least for me. And I think we laugh.
Yeah.
We laugh. We met to laugh, dude.
Yes.
To
Yeah,
laugh
there
and be
it is.
Jewish.
Yeah.
Laugh
it was
and be Jewish.
When you hit a specific type in your laugh
Specific
range.
frequency. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how everyone has their like range of laughter?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have a certain laugh in that range, it's my favorite. When it's like the most laugh.
Yeah, I know
When
what
it's
you
at
mean.
your highest
I laugh like a
laugh.
psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
You both do. Yeah, it's what it
Yeah.
is it's like pure. It's like almost kid-like. It's almost like you're really feeling whatever you've let go.
Yeah.
I you know, this book, like The Art of Seduction. Have you read that book? We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy person book, maybe, but there's like this whole thing about like there's a seduction type that is like the child.
Yes.
I forget exactly what it's called, but I feel like
Yeah, it's like play in a way.
I feel like I kind of connect with that as myself. I don't think that's what my type actually is, but it's just like one of the ones that I connect with.
Yeah, you're the musician from LA type. Or from Florida, actually.
The charismatic.
Yeah.
That's literally the type that I identify with.
You are. Yeah.
Okay, I'm being a baby and these headphones are hurting, so let's
Last
go to the
question.
last
wrap it up.
question. Yeah.
Is it me?
Yeah.
What do I need to hear right now?
I think that you've been a delight to have on this podcast. Truly.
Thank you.
This has been just the fact that we've sat here and talked for this long and like kept a really engaging conversation. And it's been so fun. Like this has honestly been so fun.
I'm glad. This is my favorite thing to do. I would do this without without the mics.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
For sure. But I really appreciate our friendship. That's what I think you need to hear, how much I appreciate our friendship and our closeness. And I think you're great. And I miss you in the sense of I know we're going to pack up and leave and I already miss you.
I'm going to start crying. Thank you. It's very sweet.
You're welcome.
And I feel the same way.
Should we wrap?
I feel like I shouldn't be here.
Why?
No, we're just sharing.
It's really beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Let's end this.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
So
bye.
that's how we always end it. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for having me.